Okay, so this episode for me solidifies why Lisa Barlow is not a friend to anybody. In the words of Tyler Durden from Fight Club, she is what you would call single serving.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right. Welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I'm Asia Esterak. All right. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 7. We are still on this yacht. It is the next day following the craziness with Heather calling out Lisa Barlow. I don't know why she thought that was a good idea. Um, so Bronwyn ends up sleeping on one of the deck chairs because her and Brittany are still not vibing, especially after previous events. Basically, Bronwyn kind of telling on her to Meredith. Sidebar, real quick, Brittany, why would you even go out with Bronwyn? Bronwyn don't like you, and you already know she messy. So she's gonna go back and tell the other girls what you said. I thought that I like Bronwyn, but Bronwyn, you're messy. I didn't like that, but whatever. But then again, Brittany, I can't respect a bitch who don't take care of their kids. Yeah. So anyway, Bronwyn wakes up on the deck. The deck crew are like, it was kind of funny. She was her pajamas were cute. She had these like lemon pajamas on, very cute. She's always dressed cute, crazy but cute. Um, Heather and Whitney are talking about Lisa Barlow, and Heather actually ended up going out to that like platform that Lisa was on when she was talking to her husband. Now, I don't like Lisa Barlow. I don't. I think she's good television, but she sucks to me. I know hurt people, but girl, you grown. Go to therapy, get it the fuck together. This episode really showed what type of person she is. She's a mess, like a whole mess. But anyway, and I called her a speck in a few reviews back. The bitch is still a speck. You act like a speck. You on this platform acting like that is crazy to me. Heal yourself, get yourself right, because it's very obvious you have deep rooted issues and you don't like other women. Let's talk about it. That might be a TED talk for another day. But anyway, so here I digress. I'm with Lisa on this. When they flash back to Lisa saying to, she's got her head turned the whole time because she was crying. She's telling Heather, like, don't ever tell me that I need to admit something that I absolutely did not do. Girl, you did it. We all know you did it. Everybody knows you did it. My favorite go-to, Helen Keller knows you did it. All right. But but I really think Heather could have done that in a better way. Because my thing is, what did you expect? But anyway, so basically Whitney's like, so what are we gonna do? And Heather's just like, well, I guess we have to reevaluate the friendship. I don't want to be friends with somebody who's keeping a scorecard and counting my money and the moment I upset her, she's gonna go off on me. She's right. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. Girl, go join the patty cakes on go join patty cakes on Welcome to Dairy or Regina George's crew, even though you're a failed Regina George. But okay, girl. Um, but Heather's right. Like, I know we can't be friends the way I want to be friends. No, I just don't think it's possible. And it just seems like in this episode with Lisa Barlow, you really see that. So we go into her room with Meredith and she's still going off about what happened the night before. Rightfully so. It was a lot. And so here's what's funny. She's basically saying, without saying directly to Meredith, how you didn't stick up for me. And Meredith, you could tell is done. Meredith's done, and she's really done on the beach later on. Mary gets in that ass on Meredith too. I was like, okay, Mary. But Meredith's like, Lisa, I was sticking up for you. Just because I didn't use the words that you use because I don't speak like you doesn't mean I was speaking up for you. So they're kind of going back and forth a little bit, and we leave. So out on the deck, a few ladies come out. Who was it? Angie is feeling better. Thank goodness, because I love me some Angie. So Angie's feeling better. She's out on the deck. It's her, Brittany, I think Whitney. It was Whitney. And then Lisa comes out throws a little shade at Angie. Oh, the what is something about the living dead or some shit. She got a lot of nerve, girl, with that fucked up, patched up spray tan. I know you not talking with your stovepipe legs, girl. Bye, girl. Bye. The irony that she would talk about anybody. You talk about people's looks on this show. You talk about their bank accounts. You talk about their husbands. Meanwhile, all your shit's fucked up. That's why I say Lisa Barlow is not a friend to anyone. Anybody she is an insecure, smug ass bitch, and I hate an insecure, smug ass bitch. And that's exactly what you are. You treat your friends like tools than actual friends. And the irony is, I would say one of the realest people that's a friend to you on that boat is Heather. The irony of that, all that shit you said about her, episode season one, that's just, what's funny. From season one, I didn't like Lisa Barlow because I was like, she's one of these bitches where she's somebody that you run into at a party. You talk about what you're wearing and surface shit. It's never anything deep. She's very nasty, very bullyish. The way she talked about Heather, and it's crazy to me that Heather wants to be accepted so bad by her ass. It's like, but I think she's finally seeing the light. Thank God Bronwyn saw the light because I was like, Bronwyn, I don't know. You over here trying to win favor with this one? She should be trying to win favor with you. I'm just saying. But anyway, so a few of the ladies leave and it's just Brittany and Lisa on the deck. Now, mind you, Bronwyn is on the deck below them. She can hear them and they're talking about her. So up on the bigger deck, they're talking about the fact that Bronwyn didn't sleep in the room, and they're kind of going back and forth. And then just talking about Bronwyn, Lisa talks about Bronwyn's daughter Gwen's grandparents, that whole thing, and Bronwyn's just listening to this shit like. So a few other ladies, I cannot remember exactly who, comes downstairs talking to Bronwyn. She's like, yeah, they're up there talking about me. So the ladies all come up for breakfast and they're all eating together, and they start on Brittany. So Bronwyn, you messy. But here's another thing. Bronwyn doesn't like Brittany either. I think every opportunity she takes to slay her as well, which is kind of messed up. Because to me, Brittany's a bit of a weak link. She's weak. She is. She's weak. You know you weak. You over here, you couldn't even handle a conversation with your daughter. Bitch, you're weak. You need to figure that shit out with your children. The fact that you're even on this shit is crazy to me. I'm sorry. That episode with her and her daughter, that did not rub me the right way. But Bronwyn, I don't like slut shaming or whatever. If she wants to bang Captain Jason, that's on her. So she calls out the fact that Brittany's talking about her not sleeping in the room. And then Bronwyn throws a little shade. Well, why would I sleep in there in a room where you just invited a crew member to? So of course they flash back to her and Meredith are at the table, and Brittany was over there flirting with Captain Jason and doing a terrible job, I might add. Talking about, can we go somewhere? Can you show me so you really are the captain of this ship? And he's like, yeah. Like and then she's like, can you show me a door? He's like, sure. Well, not now, tomorrow. And she's like, oh, I was just looking for an excuse to get out of here. So they're all listening over there. Yes, it was very corny and desperate, but that's her. That's her. I don't know why we keep pointing out her bullshit. To me, Brittany's shade, the shade just, it shades itself at this point, if that's even a thing. Like, because she's a walking shade tree, like, you over here flirting with the captain. Meanwhile, you got your dude's unicorn with his voice recorded on it. Like, girl, bye. Girl, get out of here. So this breakfast, of course, I feel like every scene in this episode was popping, because right after that, Lisa starts talking and the bullshit continues. So Bronwyn brings up them talking about her when she heard them on the deck, her and Brittany. And of course, Lisa trying to justify the shit. And Bronwyn starts getting hyped. She's like, we already said we weren't going to talk about our kids, the grandparents. You agreed not to bring them up. Like, stop. So Bronwyn's getting pissed. And she's actually like yelling at Lisa. And Lisa's like, why are you yelling at me? And Bronwyn's like, you're the queen of yelling at people. What are you talking about? Curses at her, checks her. And then Lisa's like, I was just trying to be a good friend, and I'm just, of course. And so Angie's like, you're a good friend, huh? So then why were you saying that Bronwyn's husband, why were you saying that Bronwyn's husband Todd was making out with your friend while farting? Bitch, not farting. So then in Angie's confessional, she's like, so a few weeks ago, I guess what's her face had invited them to her Vita Tequila Lounge. And I guess she was talking and put her hair over her face and was like, Todd was making out with my friend and was farting at the same time. So, Bronwyn, that sets her off. First of all, it's so ridiculous that I don't even know if I would get mad. I just be like, this bitch is fucking crazy. Like, really? She's so, what's funny? Lisa Barlow, you're pathetic. You are pathetic, baby. Pathetic. It amazes me that these women even allow a goofy bitch like you to get under their skin the way that they do. I get it though, because she's smug as fuck and just, I have to be in the know. Like, look at you. You over there looking like Dracula before he got to fucking London. Girl, be quiet. So Bronwyn goes off. They refer back to when her and Bronwyn were at the Vita Tequila Lounge and they agreed not to talk about husbands, kids, or anything else. But we all know Lisa is a liar. She doesn't stick to her word and she's going to talk shit about you. That's what she is. And she doesn't want to admit that she's the information highway. She's the one that she knows everybody's tea. But okay, girl. Bronwyn's like, you know what? You're dead to me. So of course she has the nerve to, because Bronwyn was going to get up and leave at one point, and Lisa's like, deflect, you're leaving. Like, no, bitch. And then of course she's the one that walks away from the table and leaves. Of course. Mary's confessionals had me dying. Mary was like, I would be devastated if somebody told me that my husband was making out with somebody while farting. I don't know what I'd be more upset about. Heather's just like, can we table this so we can have a good time today? So they're getting ready to do water sports and all that stuff. Bronwyn is, of course, back in her room by herself. Brittany's not in there. And of course, Todd's words are echoing. Don't come. I don't know why you're going. Don't come. Anyway, they're having a day of water sports and having fun. And they also are having this like beach picnic thing on this little private island. So they all go over there. Some of the ladies are getting massages. They're hanging out. Lisa is sitting next to Mary and they're talking about what happened the night before. And Lisa's talking about how she doesn't feel supported by Meredith publicly. And she's telling Mary about the conversation they had in their room earlier that morning that we saw in the first, opening scene. And as she's talking about Meredith's non-support of her, Meredith is walking up. She's behind her and she's like, Meredith, are you here? And she's like, yeah. She goes, yeah, I'm just talking to Mary about how you support me in private but not public. And Meredith's like, I support you publicly. And so you can tell Meredith was irritated. And then Mary kind of chimes in and Mary's like, but you don't really support her like that. Here's the thing. Meredith does support you publicly, Lisa. She just doesn't do it to the level that you want her to. She chimes in real quick and that's it. And for all we know, maybe this is Meredith's little quiet revenge for the hot mic moment and all the shit that she said about her. Or I'm starting to believe maybe Lisa Barlow got some shit on you, honey. I don't understand. But I think Meredith's tired of that shit because she starts to get really annoyed. And then her and Mary start going back and forth. Mary's a trip. Mary was like, well, Meredith, you're boring. She kind of goes in on Meredith. What's funny, Meredith and Mary's relationship has not been the same since Mary asked her to leave that was it Breakfast at Tiffany's situation last year. I've noticed their relationship has not been the same because Mary was going in on her. But Meredith, I understand Meredith. Meredith is sick of Lisa trying to dictate what type of friend she wants her to be. This is why I say Lisa Barlow is not a friend. Lisa Barlow girl, you might as well hire staff because the way you want to be treated by your friends, you might as well fucking pay them because you don't know how to be a friend back. It's crazy. So one of the deckhands, I can't remember his name, but I love the dude. He kind of interrupts them. He has drinks and they end up playing this game to kind of lighten the mood a little bit, which was good because I feel like all they've done is argue. They've been on this yacht arguing. The captain hasn't been able to eat with them yet. It's just every single scene is some shit. But Lisa Barlow, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Here's my thing. These women need to stop looking to her as a friend and start treating her what she is. She is a coworker. Treat her as a coworker. So after that, they go back to the ship, and they're having this zombie themed dinner. So they're kind of getting ready for that. It was kind of funny because now Angie's feeling better, so she's feeling a bit froggy. So she dresses up in this like shark costume to go joke around. Her and Bronwyn ends up hurting herself, hurts her finger. Girl, if you don't sit down somewhere, you just got your sea legs, now you hurt yourself. I love Angie. I thought that was kind of funny. This zombie dinner, more bullshit. More bullshit. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Anyway, it's a little Nightmare Before Nothing, Night of the Living Dead reference. So they go all out for this zombie dinner. I actually liked it. I love anything horror. Um, Even the crew went all out. The table setting I thought was kind of dope. All zombie themed, for a bunch of dead bitches to fight about dead ass shit. So, of course, at this zombie dinner, they acknowledge everything. And then the comment about Todd comes up again. Less heated. Bronwyn's just like, I don't understand why our husbands are always this, the butt of these jokes. Even Todd doesn't get it. And she's like, mine or anybody's. I just think that they should be off limits and children. So Lisa goes, you know what? I'm sorry that I brought it up. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry to you, Todd, and Gwen, and I will never ever bring them up again. Oh, okay. And I'm gonna wake up Chinese tomorrow. Girl, please. Okay. So she apologizes. I think she meant it because she knows she fucked up. She knows. Even Mary was like, good job, Lisa. But it's like, and so in the confessional, Bronwyn's like, it's, I was taught it's impolite not to acknowledge someone when they're speaking. So she's just like, okay. But she's done. She knows. We know what's going to happen. We are aware. Lisa Barlow, the train is never late with her. She is not a friend to anybody. Homegirl likes to gossip and shit on people, but God forbid you bring up her shit and the whole world goes under. But whatever. So Brittany, so the boat is kind of rocking a little bit. Brittany gets up, goes and throws up, and comes back. And I guess she ordered like a small shot of tequila and she's sipping it. Meredith, who we know don't like Brittany, takes this opportunity to be an asshole. And honey, Brittany clapped back. So Meredith's like, why are you drinking vodka after just throwing up? And Brittany's like, why do you care? Because I want to feel better. Why do you care? So they're kind of going back and forth. Meredith, I don't know what the point of any of that was, because girl, she's like, I mean, does anyone think it's weird? And Whitney's like, well, maybe that's what she wants to do. Maybe she's having hair of the dog. It was very bullyish, Meredith. What are you doing? We know you don't like her because the first thing you want to do is put your hands on her. So Brittany goes, well, I thought I would bring something up that I saw on TikTok. I saw on TikTok that your husband Seth has a little bit of an indiscretion. You can't talk about Meredith's family like that, especially not her husband. She's like, what? And she goes, yeah, apparently he was seen with his mistress in a Uber ride. Of course, Meredith says to her, you know what? My husband does not have a mistress, unlike you, whose boyfriend breaks up with you every time he wants to go and sleep with someone else. And Brittany's like, actually, I break up with him. That's not any better, love. It's not. So, of course, Bravo flashbacks. So I guess the scene before this, Brittany and Whitney were talking to the TikToker or whatever that talked about this, and she's like, "Yeah, he was seen with the mistress. We got to speak to the Uber driver. Very messy. Let me tell you something. This day and age of social media, you can't do shit. Okay. Meredith, of course, super livid, obviously. She ends up throwing something at her again, of course. And remember last night or the last episode or last night for them, she threw that glass at her. Meredith don't like her. And my thing is, Meredith, you keep coming for Brittany and now she's clapping back at you. And there has been speculations about your marriage since you got on this show. I don't know if I believe that, but I wouldn't be surprised. But again, it's none of our business. Like, who cares? But you came for her, so she came back for you. Um, Captain Jason comes out again, sits down at the table. They still arguing. He gets up and leaves. The episode ends with them still arguing, and next week, I mean, obviously they go back to Salt Lake City. Um, I love Salt Lake City. This has been a good season so far. We're only on episode 7. I feel like every episode is just giving. Um, Lisa Barlow, this is definitely your season for sure because you're in the hot seat this season. And I think the jig is up on the bullshit with you. You're going to end up with no friends. But then I'm starting to think, do you really have any friends? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how next week goes. I'm really trying to. The problem is I work a lot and I don't have time to do the review in the morning. I'm going to figure it out. I don't want to be an excuse queen. Anyway, it's Thursday. Thank God. I cannot wait for it to be Friday because I need these 2 days off. Anyway, I hope when you're watching this finds that you are doing well. Stay hydrated. Stay warm. Be nice to each other. And I'm going to go return these videotapes.